Hi, welcome to QA Scripts. In this video, we will learn how to work with frames or iframes in the application. Also, we would like to discuss another important topic, how to drag and drop from one object to another object or from one element to another element. So these are the two different topics we are going to discuss in this video. Before starting how to script and work with the iframe, let us see what are the different softwares should be installed to work with frames or iframes and drag and drops elements. We should have Core Java, Eclipse and WebDriver APIs. These APIs must be added to the Eclipse as external jar files. We should have Firefox browser. For execution purpose, yes, you can use Internet Explorer or Chrome, but for the scripting purpose, let us use Firefox. And on the top of Firefox, let us have Firebug, Firepath and XPath Checker as add-ons. These are the add-ons. They are very helpful to find the element locator of each and every elements present on the application. Before watching this video, it is preferable that you should know how to build XPath as well as how to find element locators. If you are not sure about how to build XPath and element locator findings, please watch my videos where I have explained clearly how to do element locators finding and XPath. Before starting, we should know what is HTML tags. If you are not confident about what is HTML and what are the different tags we are going to use HTML in HTML page, then it's advised that go to the different websites like w3schools.com or any other sites where it will give information about HTML page and HTML tag. After knowing HTML tag, it will be easy to work with. Before wasting time, let us start. What is frame or iframe? If you look at this snap here, I have a table. Okay, inside the table there are different elements. One is drag me to target and another one is drop here. If a developer want to develop a table like this, he can use table tag, but sometimes there may be any reasons. Sometimes what a developer will do, he will use another location table or another website table, and you will try to use that in this particular web page. To do that, what he has to do is he has to use a tag called frame, and he has to embed the other location or other websites table in this website. Then let us look at a HTML page, how actually developer used to embed these kind of elements in the normal HTML page. Here is a HTML page. As usual, any HTML page will be having simple tags such as HTML, head, body, and all the tags will be closed at the end like this, slash body slash HTML. In between this head and body tags, there will be lot of other tags. Those tags will be helpful to design the web page. For example, if you want to form one button, so a developer will use button tag. If it is a edit field, they will use input tag. Like that, they will go on creating the web elements using different tags. So here there is a simple title called HTML page. To do that, they have used title tag, and here we have used iframe, means the developer, HTML developer, they have used iframe tag, and they have used one more keyword called src, that is source, and he has taken source from somewhere else. In the sense, this will take the particular image or link or any object from this location, and he will it will display in the web page. In the sense, it is this particular iframe is not the integrated part of this HTML. So what actually developer is done is, he is trying to embed one image from another location. Actually, it is not image in this case, but in many cases it might be image, it might be table, it may be link or any object in that matter. He is trying to embed in this HTML page from another frame or from another window. Hence, to embed he is using iframe. If it's an iframe, then it's understood that it has been taken from another location and embedded in this HTML. Now let us click on press here to view results. When I click on this button, the web page will going to display out here. Here you can easily see there is a one paragraph saying below is an iframe. The same text is displayed. This is an integrated part of HTML page, but the window what here it's showing, and inside the window there is a separate web page. This web page is taken from another location and embedded in this HTML using iframe. So the iframe is going to helpful to embed other location tables or pages or any elements. Let us try to add one more iframe here. It's not necessary that only one iframe should be there. If I want to embed one more application's image here, I can use another iframe tag and I can give the URL of that particular website. Let me add one more iframe tag, and inside the iframe tag I will pass source as www.qascripts.com, and here I can name for each and every iframe. I can give name or ID for each and every frame. So that's what I have given. Name equals to test, ID equals to test. When I execute this code, what happens? Along with this table or scroll table or website or image, whatever you can call it, one more window, sub window, actually it's going to display out here, and the QAscripts website images will be displayed here. Means I'm taking the QAscript website as a separate window, and I'm trying to embed in this HTML so that I can see the other website images as well. Let me click on press here to view. Here one more window as sub window as displayed, and the images of QAscripts have been appeared here. So these are all different images of QA script. So we have taken from another location and we have embedded here. So it works as a sub window or another window. So in this case, if you want to identify any elements, for example, let me try to identify a element called HTML5 tutorials. Let me use Firebug, and let's try to identify that link. So when I use Firebug and try to identify, it's giving the XPath like this. But if you take this XPath and try to click on by using driver.findElements by.xpath, it will not get clicked or it will not get identified because this HTML5 tutorials link is present inside this frame. So whatever the XPath we are getting, it's a normal XPath pointing from this tags, right? Okay, here it says HTML, then body, then div, so and so. But it's a plain. But as I explained, iframe is the tag. It works as a sub window because it has been taken from another window and embedded here. The content of iframe have been taken from another window or another location and embedded here. So if I want to work with elements which are present inside the iframe, I have to switch from normal page, that is parent page, to frame. Then only all the web elements will get identified and we can perform any actions. So first and foremost, we have to switch from this window, main window, to frame. Then it's easy to work with. Now let us use our website. There is a one website called jQueryui.com. There we have this particular window. So if I try to identify any elements which are present in this sub window, it is getting identified by ID. As I explained, if I directly go and use this ID, it will not work because it's there inside the frame. How do you know it's there inside the frame? You can right click on this particular page and go to view page source, and you can search this particular keyword. Let me click or search by iframe. Okay, here is the iframe keyword. Okay, here it says that src equals to sources demo droppable.html.com, and it has a class. So it can have class or it can have ID or name. It's up to the developer how a attribute is going to pass it. So iframe is starting here and it's taking one table from another location, that is from a website called resources slash demo slash droppable dot slash default dot html. He has given the path and here is the ending tag of that iframe. So if I want to work with elements which are present in this sub window, first I have to switch from normal parent window to frame, then I can able to work with. To answer our previous question, what is iframe? Here in definition I can say that an iframe, I is nothing but inline. So inline frame is an HTML document embedded inside another HTML document on a website. So what it means? It means that iframe is actually web page within the web page which have its own DOM for every iframe on page. It means iframe is nothing but it's a web page which is going to embed in another main web page. We can also say that the iframe HTML element is often used to insert content from another source such as an advertisements into web page. You might have seen lot of advertisements are going to display on web page. So those kind of advertisements, images as well as photos will going to take from another location. To do that, developer will use iframe tag, and inside the iframe tag they will call that image or advertisement photos from the location. So that works as a separate window apart from the main web page or main window. Hence, if you want to work with that particular window which is embedded using iframe keywords, we have to switch from main window or main web page to sub window or sub web page. I think we have already seen how a frame syntax will be used in HTML. First, they will use iframe as a tag, followed by source and closing iframe tags. Coming back to our website, so these websites are present inside the frame, as we have seen in src in source page. Here that particular table is getting embedded as well as imported from another source. So first we have to switch from main window to iframe, then I can use the ID what it is displaying, that is draggable. And if I want to work with another element which are present in that table, that is droppable, again I have to switch to window, sub window from main window. Let us look at how actually we can code using Selenium WebDriver and how can we switch from one window to another window. I can say that it's not exactly window, but it's a frame. Let me use the keyword called frame. So how can we switch from main page to frame? To do that, we have different methods in Selenium. First method is frame of int argument. In the sense, as I coded in one of the website, there I have used two tags of iframes. Like that, developer may give n number of iframes. If you want to use numbers, for example, first frame is always going to consider as 0th frame. Second frame it's going to consider as first positions frame. Like that, if you are comfortable with numbers, then you can use iframe of 1 or iframe of 0. So if you use iframe of 1, it will point to the iframe which is present at the second position, and it will help us to work with all the elements which are present inside the iframe tag. Another method we have is frame string. Here we can pass the name of that particular iframe or ID of the iframe. It will work. Another method we have is web element. Here we can pass the web element location by using driver.find element. Then it will identify that particular iframe and it will work with. There is another method called default content. This will help us to navigate back to main window. In the sense, we'll be using driver.switch to frame. So it will switch from main window to frame. If you don't switch it back to main window, then it's difficult to work with the elements which are present on the main web page. Hence, we need to switch it back. I think at this time you may feel what actually is going to happen, but once we start coding, it will be easy to understand. Then let us start coding and let us see how can we switch from main window to frame. First, I will create one class. So here is the class called public class, and let me name it as iframe. And inside this class, I will try to create object using Firefox driver. I have created object called driver using Firefox driver class, which has implemented the interface called WebDriver. Here I have not imported, hence I have some errors. Let me import the package of WebDriver package as well as Firefox driver class. After creating object, I will use .get method and I will use a URL called jqueryui.com/droppable. This is what the website I was talking about to give the example of frame or iframe. So here I will use the same website to navigate to the Firefox by using Firefox browser. First I want to use frame int arg, and I want to switch from main window to frame by using first method. Let us see how can we do it. Right now we have launched the browser, means we have scripted to launch the browser and navigate to the URL and maximize it. So we are in the same page. But if I want to work with any elements which are present in the table, what I have showed, first we have to switch to frame. How to switch? We have to use driver dot, there is a method called switch to. Okay, when you type switch to dot, you will be able to see different methods of frame, that is frame int, frame string and frame web element. Let me use frame int. As I explained, we have to pass integer number as a parameter to this frame method. As I explained, if there are more than one iframe tags, and if you know what the element what you are going to work is present in what frame, whether it's in first frame or second frame or so and so, you can give the numbers here. Let me say as per the source, here only one iframe is there. So let me give iframe number as 0 so that it will allow me to work with all the elements present on present inside the frame, like drag me to my target or drop me here. They are trying to get identified by ID. So I will use 0 as a frame number. Now what happened? The WebDriver will switch from main page, this is a main page, to frame, means to this particular window or frame. It will shift the focus. Now you can use the droppable ID or draggable ID of the elements which are present inside this frame. First let me try to find out the element locator of this particular object. It is getting identified by ID and ID is draggable. So by using this ID, I will create one statement called driver dot find element by dot. Since the element is getting identified by ID, let me use ID, and I will copy paste the same ID in the bracket. Now actually what happened, the browser actually it's what actually it's going to happen here is, first it will launch the browser, then it will switch from normal parent page to frame, then it will try to identify the element by using ID. Let me try element locator of second element. So this element is getting identified by another ID called droppable. This one is getting identified by ID called draggable, and second square box element is getting identified by ID called droppable. So using this droppable, I will create one more statement in Eclipse saying that driver dot find element by dot ID, and I will pass the ID inside the double quote. So now I have got object control by using driver dot find elements of ID with respect to the element locators what it is displayed in Firebug. Now what I actually want to script is, I want to drag this element and drop it in another element. So this is what I wanted to automate. So let us try to do this scripting as well, so that it has to drop first element to second element. To do this, I will use first driver dot find elements by ID, that is draggable, and I will assign to a variable called drag element. And what should be the element what should be the variable data type? Let me use web element, and it will ask you to import. Yes, let's import from package called org.openqa.selenium.web element, which has got imported at the line number 5th. In the same way, I will use one more variable for the second statement, and here I will say it's drop element. So I'll just rename it as drop element. So I have created two variables, and to that I have assigned the statement called driver dot find element by draggable, and for another variable I have assigned the statement called driver dot find element by ID. It's a droppable. If you want to work with some task like dragging or moving from one location to another location, we have a class called actions. So I'm going to use the class called actions. This actions class are present in WebDriver APIs. It will ask me to import. Yes, I have clicked on control space after typing actions keyword. A package got imported saying org.openqa.selenium.interactions.actions. By using this class, I will create one object saying build, and again I will use actions keyword, and here I need to pass a parameter. What parameter I have to pass is the driver need to pass as a so driver what I have I'm sorry, something went wrong. I had forget to use new keyword, hence it was giving error. So after using new actions, here I have to pass driver as a parameter to the class called actions. Let me use build, that is the object name, and let me click on dot. Here these are the different kinds of methods available for class called actions. First, let us analyze what actually we have to do in application. In case of application, if you want to move from one place to another place, if you want to move your object from one place to another place, first we have to click and hold this particular object. Okay, for this there is a one method called click and hold. Let me use this method called click and hold. What actually it's going to do, it's going to click on this element and it will hold for some seconds. Then here I have to tell to this method what actually it has to click and hold. As per our understanding, we have to click and hold first image or element. This is the image. How it's getting identified? It's getting identified by ID called draggable. So here we have used draggable ID and we have given the draggable ID for driver dot find element statement. So I will use draggable element variable, which is pointing to element which I need to click and hold. Hence I will pass drag element inside the method called click and hold, so that this method will click and hold the first image in the application. Then what is the next I have to do? I have to move this to some other places. To do this, we have some other class methods in a class called actions. The method name is move to element. Is there a move to element method? Yes, here is the move to element. In a sense, I want to move the element to some place. Where I have to move? I want to move to the element called drop element, so that I will say move to element drop element. Now this drop element will click and hold, will get click and hold, then it will get moved to drop element image in application. Now we need to place it. We need to keep the first element or object, that is this one. First click and hold, it is done. Now it has moved to somewhere else. Now where it has to drop? Here it has to drop. In the second image we need to drop. To do that we have some other methods in class called actions. How to drop? There is a one method called release. Okay, so where actually we have to release, that's what we have to tell. I will tell drop element, because here it will click and hold, then it will move and it will release on the element called drop element. This is not going to be end here. If you want to do some actions, we need to use one more method called build, and along with the build we need to perform some actions like, okay, click or drop or what actually action we need to perform. Those actions already given here, what actually it has to be done, and at the end you have to tell some you have to inform to this statement what actually you have to perform. To do that there is a method called perform. So if you use build.perform, it will do the actions which we have explained before here, that is click and hold, move to, then release. If you are getting confused with a keyword called build and a method called build, then let us rename the object name. I'll say build element. Okay, so this is the object name. I can give any object name, but the method what we're going to use is build.perform. So there is no direct relation between build.perform and build element. The build element is the object what I have created by using class called actions. Now what happens? It will launch the browser. It will maximize. It will switch from a main window to frame by using int number. Then it will take the consideration of drag element as well as a drop element, and here we have used a method called click and hold drag element. First it will click and hold, then it will move to draggable droppable element, and it will release on the droppable element. So let us execute this piece of code, but before executing I want to use one more method, that is build element dot I'm sorry. So as I was explaining before, now the control will be on frame. If you want to work with elements which are present on the main window, we have to switch back from frame to window. To do that we have one method called default content. How to use default content? Again we have to use driver dot switch to dot default content. If we use default content method, it will switch back from frame to normal web page. Let us execute this piece of code and see how it's going to act. Before that I need to put some wait statement so that it's easy to see how actually the elements are getting clicked, moved and dropped. Let me start execution of this script. Script execution has started. launched the browser and it placed the URL, maximized. Now first element has moved from its place to second element and it has dropped here. Like this we can perform switching from main web page to frame. Now we have observed first method, that is how to use frame and passing int number. Let us look at another method called frame and let us pass string inside the bracket. In the sense, if your element have ID or name, as I was explaining using a simple example here, if developer has given name for your frame or ID for your name frame, then you can use those ID or name directly inside this frame. So here you have to tell driver dot switch to dot frame and the frame name. If it is ID, yes, directly use the text of ID. If it is name, you can also use the text of name. So suppose if your iframe has name as test, okay, the same test will be using in double quote. So this is how we can go for using second method, that is frame string. The third method is frame web element. If you observe our application here, it has a class. So let us use the class as a web element and try to identify. Now here I would like to modify, instead of test, what I want to do, I want to use web element. If I want to use web element, I have to first find out that web element by element locator. To do that, what I will say, driver dot find elements by dot the frame in my application. Let me go to the application, then it's easy to understand. So this is application, it has class name. How do you know this frame as class name? You can right click and go to view page source. So here let us search by keyword called iframe, and if you observe here, iframe as class called demo-frame. Let us use this demo-frame using class. So here I can take the element locator as a class name and I will pass the same class what it has been given in the HTML. So now complete line from driver to class name, this will give the element locator by using web element. So this is how we can use third method, that is nothing but frame web element. So we are passing web element as a parameter to the frame. So now it's going to identify that frame, and as usual it will drag from one place to another place and it will release on the second image. At the end, the WebDriver will switch from frame to main window or web page by using a statement called driver.switch to default content. If you don't use driver.switch to default content, what happens? The control or focus will be on frame only, and if you want to click on any other elements, for example in this case we have so many elements out of this frame. So if you say you have switched from main page to frame, and if you forget to switch back from frame to main window, it will not be able to identify further. If you want to click on resizable after dragging and drop, it will not identified if you don't switch back from frame to main page. So this is very important. Please remember, whenever you use driver.switch2.frame and after doing some actions or activities, you have to switch it back compulsorily from frame to window or main window by using statement called driver.switch2.default content. Let us try to execute this piece of code. Execution started. Launch the browser and place the URL, and now it's performing drag and drop actions and it is completed. Let me close this browser manually, and here let me say driver.quit so that it's easy to understand whether script is executed successfully and stopped at the end. Let me execute again this piece of code. This time it will launch the browser and it will drag one element to another element and it will drop. Then it will close the browser. Okay, so this is how we can use frame keyword or frame method whenever if objects are present inside the frame, and we can also use actions class to do some interactions such as moving element from one place to another place, or there are some application where it will be having links. If you move your cursor on link, it will show another set of links. That's what we call as mouse hovering. In case of mouse hovering also we can use actions. For mouse hovering we'll have another video to explain it, but as of now just understand how to work with the frame and how can we do actions such as drag one element to drop another element. We have reached the end of the session. If you have any questions or doubts, you can send to mail by using mail ID, that is info@qscripts.com, or another mail ID is qscripts25@gmail.com, or you can also call us by using number 8095916908. Thank you for watching this video.